Hi guys, and thanks for tuning in again. And I have another Glock armor video for you. And today is installing a Glock OEM 3.5 pound connector. And we're installing this on a Glock 23, but this would normally work on just about any Glock that you're installing it on. Thank you. Guys, and today I want to show you how to put a 3.5 pound Glock OEM connector into your Glock. I have a Glock 23 here. Which is your standard, I think it's like a 5 pound connector, and we're going to take it apart and we're going to go ahead and install a 3.5 pound connector. Now this is an original factory Glock 3.5 pound connector. You can see the minus on it. Okay, so it's just like, you know, if you would put in a Ghost connector, and it is polished on one side here a little, okay, just to make it smooth. And we're going to go ahead and install it. I recommend getting these. You can get them from eBay for like 25 bucks. It's well worth it for your gun if you want to reduce your trigger pull. Trigger pull is a combination of two things: your connector and your trigger spring. Those are the main two things. If you want to change your trigger pull, that will actually take care of that. So let's go ahead and take the gun apart and we'll get into this video. First of all, you want to make sure it's empty. Back the slide. Lock it back. You can see in there, physically inspected and visually. Okay, point the same direction, pull the trigger, partially cock it back about that far. It's almost like the recoil test we do on the spring. Push down the takedown lever and it will just loosely come right off. You're going to put the slide away because we don't really need that. Here is the frame of the gun. So we're going to go, you can do it two ways. You can put something underneath it like round. We can use this or something that brings it up a little if you want. And if you don't want to mar the surface, you can use a little piece of paper or a piece of plastic. You're going to want to take the bottom pin out first, and there is grooves in there, so you have to wiggle your slide release, this right here, a little, while you're taking it out. You might not have to. You can use a Glock tool or a punch, put in there and just push down. This is holding it in kind of tight. So take a look. Okay, it's coming. This is a pretty new gun, so okay. So if you wiggle that, it will come right out. You have to wiggle it because this slide release here, let me show you here, catches up on these pins here like this, and it'll hold in there, and it'll be very hard to get it out. So you have to wiggle that to get that out. So that's out. Lay it in your little, nice have a little parts thing. Get your top pin that holds the locking block in. It's the locking block pin, or first pin in, first pin out. How would they say it? Okay, there's a little lubrication on there. Pull that out. You're going to take your locking block out, which is right here. Lift it out with your tool to the side. Now you're going to be taking out your rear pin here that holds the housing in. It's plastic. So okay, I'm going to take that out. Now what you're going to do is go ahead and take out the back assembly. Comes out. Okay, and pretty much have it empty. Here is your connector right here. So you're going to take that out, and all you have to do is slightly angle this, like this, lift it up, angle it a little, push back on and it pops right out. Now you have it out, so you can go ahead and leave the spring connected. In the back of it, you have a area where you can push. So you can take your Glock tool there, or a punch, put a little pressure on that, and it should come out. There you go. See how I got that out? Drops right out. And we know this is a plus because there's no marking on it. This is the factory one. So let's go ahead and get our replacement one. Pop that bad boy in. Right in like this. Okay, line it up. Push it firmly in. Okay, you're supposed to have some play here. It's supposed to be a little loose like that. That's normal. Take your assembly here, put it back in. Got a little I got it here, it's a little off. Okay, line it back up, put it in, it's in now. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and reassemble the gun. Hold the assembly like this with your hand, slide it in there, everything will pop back. Okay, and now we're gonna put the back pin in, which holds the housing in, and you want to put them in from the back here, like this, from the side. Okay, and move it, pretty much falls right in. Then when you reassemble this, you want to line up your holes, put your locking block on. Okay, then you're going to first pin in, okay, last pin out is the locking block pin. Okay, so take this from the side here, put it in. Sometimes it's a little hard to get in on newer guns, put it in. Okay, now line up your holes in the bottom. Okay, just line it up. You can take your Glock tool and just make sure it's lined up like that, and then take your slide release, just if your hands work, and you're supposed to, when you put that in, it's very important it goes under. You see how it's fitting under this top bar? Under. Okay, and then you can line it up down here. You can see how it lines up in there. And if you want some help to line it up sometimes, you can take a punch or something, just wiggle it out so it has room for the pen. Take your pen, feed it in from this side. As you're doing this, you're going to want to wiggle the pin of the slide release, because you want it to fit in there. Okay, so it's in now. It's pretty much in. Now what you're going to want to do is test to make sure it works. Okay. Okay. And it feels pretty good. Do it again. Feels great. This is how the mechanisms work in here. Oh, put it back. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we just assemble the slide, and we're pretty much done. It's pretty simple. Just slide back on. And now we have the 3.5 pound connector in there. And you know, I don't even know notice that much difference myself. I think the other one was fine too. Alright, well thanks a lot for tuning in, and that's how you change your connector. And like I say, they have all these parts right on the internet, so you can buy it right off eBay or something, and it will reduce your trigger pull on your gun. Along with the trigger spring, you can get it down pretty low. But thanks a lot, and have a great day.